Alright, well, as you can see, we got 8 on the hood, so that means we are at truck 8. This is a 2000 Kenworth T800. It's got a C12 engine in it with an 8LL transmission. It's got a 20-foot, 9-inch Oregon-built silage box on it with 7-foot high sides. This truck originally was a all gravel truck of some sort to come out of Virginia. I bought this one sight unseen, and it had a gravel dump on it of some kind. And yeah, so we've had this one since 2008. I built the box for this truck in 2008. All the boxes, when I build them, Junior wants to get up in there and start this one. Doors froze. So all the silage boxes that I build, I end up welding the date up in the front of the box. And yeah, this one we built in 2008. It's got a Harsh 110 hoist on it. This truck got rolled over in the fall of 2017. Whoa, I'm gonna fall on my ass here. So this truck got rolled over on its right side. We ended up putting a new hood on it and painted it, straightened out the cab, put a new muffler system on it, fixed the fuel tank. The muffler came down into the fuel tank, had to put a new tarp system on it, and it put a few scratches on the side of the box, but nothing horrendous. We actually went through and repainted just the posts of the box and put a couple of lights back in it. And the top cab shield up there was scratched up a little bit, and we sanded it down and went through and repainted it with a roller. Just rolled the paint on the posts, put the new DOT tape down the side of it, and the fuel tank had a pretty good sized dent in it right here. I do have a video from last winter where we straightened this fuel tank all out, did all the work on it, had to fix the door, had to put straighten the mirror out, put new glass in the door, and it broke the windshield. There's still a little bit of a buckle to the door, but it's decent. The insurance company, they did total it, and we bought it back from insurance, and for about 10, excuse me, for about 10 grand we fixed it all up. It's got the original strips around the grill, but we ended up buying a new grill for it and a radiator. So we're gonna move on to truck 9 now.
Frozen haylage on the wheel still.
Okay, this is truck number 9. This is a 2000 Kenworth T800. This has a C12 engine in it with an 8LL transmission. This truck was bought just the way it is now with that box on it. It did have another steerable lift axle on it behind the lift axle that's on there, behind that one in front of the front drives. It was an Indiana truck, and they can run multiple lift axles in the state of Indiana, but they don't recognize only one lift axle here in New York State. These two trucks, this number 9 and that black one over there, they are consecutive serial number trucks, and the original owner that owned these trucks had a pair of them, and they both were identical in color. They were both red with gray stripes on them with these same style boxes on them. That black one over there, 2 years ago I sold the box and hoist off of it and put a Oregon box on it. That one's got a 100 or a 110 K110 Harsh hoist on it, and this one's got a front mounted custom hoist on it. It's a trunnion lift hoist. The box is 22 foot long with 6 foot high sides on it. It does have a hydraulic end gate. These boxes were more or less built for demolition work. The side posts are made out of angles, formed angles, and then they're welded at every seam here, and then there's sheet metal on the inside, and then the cross members are the same way. So it's a well built, heavy built box. It does have a hydraulic end gate on it. The hydraulic cylinders are in them cabinets there on the side. So we are going to move to truck 10 next. Junior, he's up in there. He wants to start it, so we're gonna let him start it up. Go ahead if you want to start it. It's about 25 degrees out here, so it's just typical of a cab. It'll start right up. We probably shouldn't be starting unless we're going to use them, but Junior's out here and he wants to start, so he's going to get to started. So we're going to move on to truck 10. Okay, this is truck 10. This is a 2004 Sterling. This was originally a burn milk truck as well. This was yellow in color. We ended up painting it like a dark red when we first got it. And I believe it was 2010. This has got a C12 engine in it with a 9-speed transmission. This truck, we put a manure tank on right when we first got it. It was the tank that was on truck 6, and then we ended up putting a silage box on it later on. This silage box here was originally a 22 foot box that we built in 05, that we had on truck 6, and then we ended up moving the wheels back farther on truck 6, and we cut it. Now you can't quite see the seam there. It's behind the third and fourth post. We cut it there and added 3 feet onto it to make it 25 foot long. It's 25 foot long with 6 foot high sides on it. Oregon built box. This truck's got a rail system on it, obviously, and yeah. So we primarily just use this truck anymore for hauling silage because of the slightly smaller engine that's in this truck, and the trucks that we use to haul manure with are a little more reliable than what this old Sterling is, even though it is an 04. So we're going to move on to truck 11. Alright, this is truck 11. This is a 1999 Freightliner FL112. This has got a C12 engine in it. This truck was originally a burn milk truck as well. It was the yellow. It was yellow in color, and we painted it the red and black scheme here. It was the first truck that we painted with the red and black scheme to it, and then we ended up switching everything over to red. You know, that truck 8 was red. We haven't done that one yet, but the other ones there, we just kind of repainted them to freshen them up a little bit. This has a 24 foot long Oregon built silage box on it as well. This truck, 24 foot long with 7 foot sides. This truck does not have a slide rail system on it. It's kind of underpowered to haul manure with, so we just married this to a silage box, and we leave flotation tires on it year round, and use it just primarily to haul silage with. This truck has a 9-speed transmission in it, and or no, this is a 10-speed transmission in this truck, and it actually has part of the drive shaft out on it. The last day of silage, the hanger bearing went, and we ended up having to take the drive shaft out, strap it up. We got it back home here, and Jared got it dumped, and it's kind of waiting to it's waiting in line to come into the shop. So we're gonna move on to truck 12.
Wait, can I turn this one off?
Okay, this is truck 12. This is a 2001 Kenworth T800. It has a C15 engine in it with an 8LL transmission. This one is equipped with a 2012 Diller manure tanker. This is a 5,400 gallon tanker with a nurse boom and a spread plate on it. This truck has a slide rail system on it. We will go down to the silage box here in a minute, but we have a 25-foot silage box for this truck with 7-foot high sides on it. This truck, we don't have the hydraulics on there to run a Husky tank, but we can put, we do have two 10-wheelers with Diller tanks, and we can put either tank on this truck. We can put the Diller tank on the trucks with the Husky tanks, but we cannot put a Husky tank onto this truck. All of our trucks have the bolt pattern for the rail systems. There's one there and one back there. They're all mounted in the same spot so that we can put any silage box that we have or any tank on any of the trucks that have a slide rail system on it. So Junior's up in the truck. He wants to go ahead and start this. Go ahead, start it, bud. Again, this has got a C15 engine in it. This engine in this truck is a 6NZ. Any of you cat guys will know what that is. It's supposed to be a real good engine, real good C15 series of engines. However, that one right there has a C15 in it as well. That's an MBN motor, and it will walk all over that 6NZ. So we're gonna move on to truck 14. All right, truck 14. All right, we are on truck 14. This is a 2006 International Paystar 5600i. This truck I bought from, actually our salesman, our John Deere salesman, sells trucks and stuff on the side. We bought this truck, truck 12, which is the T800, and truck 15 from. So we bought 3 trucks from. Now, this truck was an oil field truck, and it originally had, when we bought it, like 30-some thousand miles on it. And the guy that we bought it from, he texted me one Sunday morning. He says, "Hey, I bought a bunch of international trucks." He sent me the particulars on them all, and I said, "I'll take you to that one." And that's how we ended up with this one. We bought it in like June or July, and didn't have time to put it together until, I believe it was that following winter. We ordered a tank for it. This is a 2016. Was it a 16 or a 14? Yeah. 2016. Yeah, because the tank, all right, this is a 2016 tank. The tank on the truck 12 is a 2014. All right, so yeah, this truck we bought as a cab and chassis. This was a 10-wheeler truck. We ended up adding the 20,000-pound steerable lift axle to it. It's got a Harsh 125 hoist. Again, this has got a Diller tank on it. It's a 5,400 gallon Diller tank. It's got the hydraulic hookups on the back. We have the ability to put one of the Husky tanks on it too. See, the Husky tanks have a hydraulic function for the swing boom up and down, swing boom swing. spread plate, transfer, the winch, and all that crap. And then I put this hydraulic valve assembly on here, which is quite costly to do. But all of our trucks that have the slide rail systems on it have this large valve assembly on it, except truck 12. Truck 12's only got a function for the hoist, the spread motor, tail, and the tailgate. So it's only got 3 valves on it. This valve assembly here, we can obviously run each hydraulic valve manually with the hand levers, and then we have a console that we have between the seats, and that console's got all the toggle switches on it for each function. Some are detent style switches. The other ones are non-detent. These ones here, they return to neutral. So we can run all these like that. Again, these ones here we do not need for this tank. This Diller tank has a handheld remote right here that does all the functions except the spread motor. The spread motor on this tank is run off the hydraulic system on the truck. The Husky tanks, we have to run the hydraulics off of the truck to run every function, the swing boom and all that crap. That's what makes these Diller tanks better. They're just built better. They clean out easier. They operate easier. And they're just put together better. These tanks here, when we had them built, they came to us with the sill already on them. No monkeying around. The sill was on there. These Diller tanks, the way the floor is shaped, they will clean out easier too. So we are going to move on to truck 15.